Hello, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Follow Uno Road, and I am your host, Jumake Ogunswada. And before I start, I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. Good to be with you today on this special day, and of course, I have here with me, as always, our practical practitioner, the man who is full of wisdom and experience. So please, as you always do, help me welcome him. Welcome, Sam. Please introduce yourself as always.
Thank you, Olajimoke. It's a great pleasure being here. My name remains the same, the practical practitioner, Oluwatoyin Adesuji. Merry
You,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas and you're welcome, sir. Now, today we're going to be talking about something that will have the word shaken, the ground shaken, and it is erosion. Now, we all know what erosion is, but then how we want to practicalize it into our daily lives is what we are going to hear from the man who knows it well. All right, so welcome once again. And please, can you explain to us what you mean by erosion?
Thank you, Olajimoke. By my own divination, and please, this is personal, please. It's not, it's not the literary meaning, or neither is it geographically coined out. But from my experience and from my discovery, I've come to the realization that everyone that is movable and sometimes unstoppable are synonymous to an erosion. In this context, erosion means collection of water that are movable at the same time unstoppable. Very simple.
Collection of water that is movable and unstoppable. Now, you can agree with me that today is going to be another roller coaster. So, please, let's quickly go on a break. And by the time we're there, get your notepads, get your pen, because as we always do, we always have things to write down. And I will be back shortly. Please go nowhere. Very shortly. All right, bye. And welcome back. And for those who are just joining us, today's topic is erosion. And like what he said earlier, he said it's a collection of water that is movable and unstoppable. Now, I quickly want to ask you, sir, what can one do when experiencing erosion in one's relationship or marriage?
Well, let me quickly say this. By the reason of today's discussion, as far as I'm concerned, erosion is an embodiment of insult and assault that metamorphose into result, reward, and award to the person or personality that is involved. Now, back to my definition. Erosion signifies the collection of waters, debris that runs, or better still, that moves at the same time unstoppable. Now, back to your question. How can one
How can one, okay, what can one do when experiencing erosion in a relationship or
well,
marriage?
okay, there's a Yoruba adage that says, Agbára ò sọ pé òun ò nílé wó, onílé ni ò ní gbà fún, which means erosion, original intention is to vandalize, the properties, the house or home of any careless person, but it is the house owner that will not allow the erosion to dismantle
Destroy.
his or her home. What does that imply? Situation, circumstances, marriage, whatever it is, that is presently experiencing an erosion. Um, I will advise, but mind you, advice is nothing but a advice like a is like a price, it's like a commodity without any price tag. So it's subject to the individual. You can either accept it or ignore it. Now, straight to your questions.
Sorry, please, can you go back? So advice is like
Advice is like a commodity
mm,
without
a
any
price
price
tag.
tag. Yeah,
Okay.
which means is either you ignore it or accept it. Um, any relationship or marriage that is been that's been experiencing an erosion, the way out is for the parties involved to stop and look inward, not to the symptoms, but they should narrow down their investigation down to the main cause, that is, the root. If possible, they should dig deeper in order to unveil the taproot, because the higher the tree, the longer its root. This is what many people do not understand. You can never kill malaria by dealing with the symptoms. You need to get down into the root cause and get it uprooted. How do I mean? Before the emergence of an erosion, there must be an heavy downpour. And then we should all take cognizance of the fact that rainy season and dry season. So during the time period and season of dryness, every wise person is required of him or her to look inward, look outward. If there is any crack, laxity, or lapses, the dry season is the best time for one to look for an amendment, not waiting for the time when there will be heavy downpour before you now start running at scatter for parchment. So it's always good for one to look inward. As a matter of fact, prepare, get prepared, because preparation means an advanced arrangement. That's the easiest way and the best way.
Okay. To prepare. So how do they prepare for that?
Yeah, you do in many ways. Um, Emotionally, psychologically, mentally, spiritually, and in every way that is humanly possible. And that has to do with the physical aspect. For an instance, you are living, maybe your home or your house is situated in a very, um, how should I put it now, in a very lonely place. It is common sense. You need to build uh, a kind of have a drainage, a way to do drainage, and if possible, why not build flowers and or have some plantation that will surround your home or building, because all these stand as a safeguarding measure to curtail, or better still, rechannel the mighty rush of any erosion.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for that, sir. I think we've heard a lot. Now, putting it into business.
Okay.
Erosion can stand as or can stand as anything. Because there's this story that I just read of recent of a business owner who three of her staffs. carted away with a whole lot of things. I think the first one with over 1 million goods, the second one over 400,000 goods, the third one over 300,000 goods. Now, I want to believe there's an erosion in that business already. And how can one, as a business owner, have a safe environment with ourselves and our um, workers?
Thank you. This may sound a little bit undignified or awkward, but never mind me. I must confess to you, such a person is never in business. That is a person that is just busy for nothing's sake. Because anyone in business is bound to be busy for something. Um, um, Business is a principality. And for you to actually overrule, overcome the principality, you must work on yourself to the point of becoming the principal. That's the only guaranteed trust that will make you to overrule, overcome all forms of principalities. It is bound to happen. It is bound to happen. Erosion in business and career. In fact, in all sectors of life, it is highly welcome. And that's the reason why, as an individual, you really need to be up and doing. You must understand the technicalities of the entity you are into. Now, by and large, the easiest way to take care of erosion in any sector of life is for you to become part and parcel of your business. You must be involved in totality. Anything you are not involved can never revolve around you. And I must confess to you that indirectly, such a thing is bound to die as soon as possible. So the easiest way, get involved. If you want your business, your career to revolve around you. I've said this time without number that in the system, you must be systematic, or else you'll be systematically out of the system.
Mm. Yeah, that's deep. And like you said, anything you're not involved in cannot revolve around you. So you must be cautious, you must be alert, you must pay attention to all this. I mean, it's really rampant nowadays. I think most of the employees just have one goal in mind to enrich themselves, which a lot of business owners are finding hard to deal with. But then I think you've said it all, and I hope they listen. Now, for the last question of the day, because of our time, and I know a lot of people are going to be busy today. Now, because of our time, I would like you to kindly advise everyone going through any form of erosion in life, be it in finances or mental, emotion, health wise, because a lot of people are going through one erosion or another. People are going through, would I say trauma? Will I say stress? Will I say a whole lot of things? What advice do you have for them today?
Well, like I earlier said, that advice is nothing but advice like a free commodity
Without a price tag.
without a price tag. So, which means you have to name the price for you to know its worth of value. And remember, nothing can actually be valuable until you are valuable. So it depends on who you are and what you are. So back to your question. It's not a new thing. Erosion is part and parcel of life. It applies to all spheres of life. And I must confess to you, you seated beside me and I myself, we are nothing but an embodiment of erosion. That is the truth. Erosion is not to mar anybody. It's to make everyone. Erosion is not to break anybody. It's to make everyone. So it depends on your reaction to erosion. And that's the reason why every individual needs to upgrade. Curiosity is essential. Very important. Very, very important. You really need to take time out to investigate, and then become part and parcel of whatever our interest is. This may sound absurd, but it is nothing but a raw truth. If you are a proud owner of a thing, you must have this consciousness that it is compulsory, it is binding on you, you must carry it from the heaviest side. Very important. I do tell business owner, you must be the first person to resume and the last person to close for the day. That is what is called business involvement. If the business must revolve, and the same thing applies to every leader outside there, because human being are in sizes. So your capacity may not be equivalent to the task given to you. The other person's capacity may actually be above the task given to him or her. So what do you expect? So the lesser one automatically is bound to experience an erosion that will mar or break such person. But one that is equal above the task, automatically we see an erosion as opportunity to make something out of nothing. So all in all, in a nutshell, it's always good for you to be the game changer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I mean, I've been blessed. I don't know about you. And truly, to business owners, I think a lot of them make a mistake of coming in at any time or resuming at any time of the day, and they still want the business to grow. And like you said, if you are a business owner, you must be the first to resume and the last to close if you want to revolve around your business. With that, you will definitely take charge of that business and you will not leave room for any erosion. Thank you so much for today. We're truly happy to have you once again. And for our viewers and fans, I just want to wish you once again another Merry Christmas. And please don't forget to be responsible. Don't overdo things and be security cautious at all times. And until next week, Wednesday, when we come your way again, stay shiny, stay blessed, and Happy New Year in advance. And please do not forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. It is at V Radio. We're on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. And thank you so much and stay blessed. Bye.